the heart of Southeast Asia lies Cambodia, a land surrounded by Thailand, Vietnam, and Laos. Here, centuries of history have blended Indian and Chinese influence into something truly unique: Khmer culture. This is a kingdom built not only from stone but from faith. In the midst of tropical forests rise ancient towers and sacred carvings. Here, myths are written in stone, and stories come alive through light and shadow. Angkor Wat, Cambodia's most iconic treasure. Once the spiritual and political heart of the Khmer Empire, this temple city speaks in silence. But beyond its stones, another kind of storytelling lives on: shadow puppetry. Brought centuries ago from the An region to today's Vietnam, it became a vibrant part of Cambodian identity. Let's step into this world of light and shadow and rediscover the soul of Angkor through history, music, myth, and memory. Cambodian culture is rooted in both Hinduism and Buddhism. But it isn't just borrowed. It's been transformed into a deeply Khmer expression. The Khmer Empire rose in Bedzing II CE. For centuries, it was Southeast Asia's strongest ancient power. From politics to religion to art, it built a civilization of enormous scale, temples like Angkor Wat being its shining example. And the stones? They weren't just for building. They were sacred vessels. Carvings on temple walls tell stories of gods, heroes, battles, and myths. And when the empire faded, those stories didn't disappear. They moved from stone to leather, from temples to village screens, from silence to shadow. Cambodian art is marked by a reverence for nature and the spirits of ancestors, with search for the sacred in every space, and music that breathes in rhythm and prayer. These same values are at the heart of Cambodian shadow puppetry, where every performance becomes a ritual of remembrance. Look closely, and you'll see, Cambodian shadow puppets are the living echoes of Angkor's stone carvings. The tall crowns, the slender waists, the mythic beasts. Each figure, hand-cut from leather, seems to have stepped right out of the temples. These puppets aren't flexible. They don't move at the joints. But they're full of life, pierced with delicate detail, like lace carved in hide. They aren't meant to dance, they're meant to speak in silhouette. These performances often take place during festivals, religious holidays, and ancestor ceremonies. The stories? Most come from Rimkar, Cambodia's version of the Ramayana. You'll see these scenes carved into Angkor's walls. Gods in motion, dancers frozen mid-step, soldiers in divine formation. Stone may be still, but shadow brings it to life. As light pierces leather, the past reawakens. What we see is not just a show, it's the Khmer universe, restored. But Cambodian shadow puppetry isn't just about what you see, it's about what you hear. The soul of the show lies in its music. The Pin-Peat ensemble guides the rhythm of the story. Each instrument speaks its own language. The Ranit, or xylophone, bright and lively, it tells of battle and movement. The score tom, deep drums that summon spirits. The ceremonial drums, resounding with divine power. The sralai, a piercing oboe that sings like a whisper from the heavens. There's no dialogue, only rhythm, gesture, and breath. Each show becomes less of a performance and more of a spiritual offering. Cambodian puppetry comes in two forms, each with its own character. Zbek Tom, or large shadow puppets, used for epic myths, like Rimkar. Statue-like, jointless, sacred, performed only a few times a year on New Year's, royal birthdays, or ancestral rites. The puppeteers appear in front of the screen, part of the ritual. Zbek Touch, or small shadow puppets, more flexible, more entertaining. Stories range from legends to comedies. Performed behind the screen, more like Chinese shadow plays. Puppets are dyed brown using natural tree bark, and often seen in city restaurants and tourist shows. Unlike in Chinese shadow puppetry, where joints move freely, Cambodian puppets rely on the artistry of the puppeteer to express emotion. One form is sacred, the other, social. Together, they show the two faces of culture, ritual and life. Shadow puppetry exists across Asia, each culture with its own take. China. Flexible puppets with rich storytelling and singing. Strongly influenced by regional operas. Diverse styles, strong entertainment value. Thailand. Divided into Nang Yai and Nang Tolong. Colorful and expressive, some puppets can dance. Inspired by the Ramayana, just like Cambodia. Cambodia. Sculptural, ritualistic, sacred. A direct descendant of Angkor's aesthetic. Deeply tied to mythology and worship. Historically, the Khmer Empire influenced early Thai kingdoms like Sukhothai and Ayutthaya. Their architecture, language, and dance were shaped by Khmer traditions. Both Cambodian and Thai shadow puppetry share stories from the Ramayana known as Ringkar in Khmer and Ramakian in Thai. Characters like Prince Rama, Hanuman, and Ravana appear in both cultures, but with different spirit. The Khmer style is meditative and divine, like gods carved in motion. The Thai style is dramatic, theatrical, and bold, an epic of heroes and battles. To sum it up, Khmer dance is divine meditation. Thai dance is heroic epic. And their shadow puppets tell those same truths. Shadow puppetry in Cambodia is more than tradition, it's a living prayer. When light hits leather and shadows begin to move, we're not just watching a play. We're hearing ancient voices. We're seeing Angkor come alive again. These shadows are echoes of a civilization, silhouettes of a culture, the soul of a nation, dancing in the dark. And that wraps up our journey into Cambodian shadow puppetry. What did you think? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this story moved you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.